So how is loyalty different between men and women? Well, one is about as loyal as another, though to different things. The thing to understand about woman's loyalty that men often fail to appreciate is that women are loyal to their feelings. For instance, if a woman is completely in love with a guy, if she is 11 out of 10 attracted to him, then her loyalty is impressive indeed, and she will remain loyal as long as those feelings remain in her heart. A woman who is extremely attracted to a man will move across the world for him, will change her religion for him, will break with her family for him, will lie, cheat, and steal for him, and will help bury the body with him if necessary. A woman at that level of attraction is ride or die, and she will do absolutely crazy, irrational, and life-altering things for a man to keep him in her life. It's both impressive and terrifying how loyal a woman can be under the right conditions. Of course, the caveat is that when that feeling shifts, when the attraction dips, when the love disappears, then so does the loyalty. So if you're in a relationship with a woman and you want to enjoy her continued loyalty, you have to approach her differently than you would another man. That is, while the best way to secure loyalty from a man is through a solemn and honorable agreement or understanding, the best way to secure loyalty from a woman is to continually do the things that encourage her desire and attraction to remain at a very high level. You get loyalty from women indirectly through attraction. But if you succeed in doing so, the results are significant and reliable. So, what about men? The thing to understand about men's loyalty that women often fail to appreciate is that men are loyal to their duties. That is, men understand that loyalty is the honorable fulfillment of a solemn oath. These concepts, duty, oath, honor, are not feminine concepts. I've personally never heard a woman talk about her duty ever. I'm sure that such women exist somewhere, but my hunch is that where they do, they're probably in very masculinized environments like the military. Duty, oaths, honor, these are masculine concepts. They don't really exist in the feminine world. And within the construct of duty and honor, feelings are absolutely irrelevant. You do your duty, regardless of how you feel. If you took an oath to hold the line, you are not allowed to run away just because you now feel afraid. Such a man would be branded a traitor and a coward and would be dealt with very harshly in masculinized environments. And the thing about oaths is that you only have to take an oath once. It's like a contract. It's signed once and then remains in force indefinitely until such day that the contract is amended through mutual consent of both parties. As a result of the oath, men reasonably assume that no further action is required in order to expect the faithful execution of duty. And this is how men tend to approach their relationship commitments with women. It's like, I said I do at the altar, what more do you want? Or, what do you mean? You can't break out of our oath just because your feelings have changed. And the liability with this approach for men is that they can often end up in relationships where really all they have left is their duty. And they spend the remainder of their lives with someone they don't love or with someone who stopped loving them long ago. In those situations, it's like the only thing these men have left is the fact that they never broke their commitment, which is a pretty dry and empty victory, kind of like fighting for a country that no longer exists. This is certainly not what we should be striving for in our personal relationships. So, what's the upshot? Well, we should now be able to appreciate that folks get into trouble when they unreasonably believe that the other sex should adopt their own sex's conceptualization of loyalty. This is tantamount to thinking that women should be men and men should be women. They aren't, and I see no good evidence to justify the belief that they should be. Men and women are different, and vive la différence. On the other hand, Appreciating those differences should allow both men and women to have more harmonious and satisfying relationships with one another. Finally, we can see that women have an opportunity to learn from men, and men have an opportunity to learn from women. So what can women learn from men? Well, women can learn to honor their commitments irrespective of their emotions. That's important. And what can men learn from women? Well, men can learn to find more joy and pleasure in discharging their commitments, which is also important. The union of those two things, the joyful execution of our duty, is actually the ideal situation. And I contend that that is what we should all be striving toward. What do you think? What does loyalty mean to you? Let me know in the comments below, and thank you for listening.